Hi, I'm in a car right now with my neighbor Carol, and I'm going to interview her. I just changed the subject. I'm letting her know right now. Carol, how do you feel about this?
About being interviewed right now, not bad.
Like on a scale of 1 to 10?
Well, I just really didn't realize you were interviewing me, so right now I have no choice but to feel okay with it because I'm driving.
You're doing a good job. I mean, I really did just spring this on you.
I know you did, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I'm pretty cool at stuff like that.
She just rolls with the punches, guys. Look at this lady. Look at this lady. Amazing. And she's driving at the same time.
I know, right?
She didn't...
Multitasking and talking. Like, it's pretty amazing to me. Exactly.
Beautiful. So, Carol, you're back in your house.
Yes.
How does that feel when you walked in the door? What did it look like? Was it like, you know, I'm home, or was it something odd? Like, what was that experience like? Walk us through it. Paint a picture.
Good question. First of all, I didn't feel at home until I smudged. I seriously believe in getting rid of energies of anyone who has been in the house. And as you know, both of us rented our places out to summer people in the summer.
You gotta smudge.
So every time somebody left, I would smudge the house, or so I had to.
Did you enjoy that process?
I loved it because I feel like I cleansed the energies in the air and everything was cool. Then I could start to feel okay because then my energies were like predominant in the house.
Good strategy.
I cleansed all my gems that were in the garage, my stones, my rocks, my crystals. Cleansed them all because they were in the garage, and again, other energies were around them. I also washed all the bedding, including the mattress covers.
It must be really cleansed over at your house right now.
It's totally cleansed, and now I feel. Then I was able to set the house back up, bring my stuff back into the home, and now last night was my first incredible night of being able to just walk around the house and feel totally at home.
You know, I haven't seen you in a while, but can I just say, I can tell that you felt so at home last night. There's a little twinkle in your eye when you say that. Yes, I can see it. You know, that she has her sacred space back, folks. And you need that space. You need sacred space, right?
You totally need your sacred space.
So now that you have your sacred space, your space to create, what are you going to be creating, Carol?
Well, here is my big news. I'm having a video conference with a book publisher. So he helps you get published on Amazon. So I was supposed to do that on Wednesday, but I was a little under the weather, so it wasn't a good time for me to do that. I need to be on my game. I have a couple of
I don't to interrupt. I mean, can you give me a little bit of insight? Do you know what that looks like? Are they basically like an agent that would take a price cut to do the middleman work, get it published? And also, can I add, are you aware of the new services and platforms that almost anybody can just publish their own book and sell it now, right?
I am aware. I'm not paying this person anything right now. I'm finding out what he has to offer.
Perfect.
He was referred to me by my daughter in Italy.
She's so smart.
Who knows him from LinkedIn and knows the people that have had books published by him.
I mean, and you're going. I mean, obviously you got to be on Amazon. You got to be on all the highest, best platforms. People are going to want this content. I mean, actually, I realize let's move past this. Tell us about the book, Carol. Tell us about the book.
I have a couple. I'm not sure which one it's going to be yet. The one I'm thinking about doing is one manuscript I've had for a long time. It's called Letters to a Married Man. It is an incredible journey. I had an affair with a married man, obviously. I was going to ask if it's fiction, but this lady is all truth, guys. Based on
she
truth.
Is all illumination, all light, all truth here.
Absolutely.
No bullshit.
Absolutely. And so...
Can't wait to hear the book.
His wife discovered us. Anyway, the long and short of it is I wrote him letters every single day telling him what was going on in my life. I missed him. I loved him. And so I had all these letters, and I went off to Costa Rica, and during the time I was there for 4 weeks, I wrote every single day, and then I thought, what am I going to call this
Oh my
book?
God, was he from Costa Rica?
No, he was from Burlington.
Oh, but was he Latino?
No.
Oh.
He was German, actually.
Wow.
Same
In my memory,
same background as myself.
he's Latino.
No. Anyway, the longest...
I've also had some fun in Costa Rica.
No, I didn't have any fun there with him. I went with my 2 grown adult children and my ex, actually. So then I didn't know what I was going to do with it. There was a little bit of explicit sexual content in there, so I was a little concerned about...
We're all truth, baby. We
Yeah.
don't censor anything.
If my son were to read it. So I had a conversation with him, and what he said to me is, Mom, he said, no writer should be concerned about what the audience will feel about their writing. It's all truth. He said, write whatever you want.
Nice. That is a
Is
good.
that not
Are you guys?
cool?
Are you guys hearing this? Yeah, it is cool,
That
Carol.
is so
You got
cool.
a daughter that supports you. You got a son that's supporting you.
I know.
You got, the exciting stories that you've been
Exactly.
collecting in your saucy,
I know,
sexy,
right?
exciting life.
Right?
I'm excited for
Yeah.
this book, guys.
So then what I did is I thought, if I'm going to write a book, I'm going to extend it further. So I went on to interview quite a few women, women who had affairs.
Of course.
And also women and men, not just women.
Can I just add a little
Yes,
tidbit?
yes.
I just watched, they did a documentary on Hugh Hefner's building the empire, his
empire. Yeah.
of Playboy.
Yeah.
And it's really well done. I mean, it's so, because it brings you through history, all this stuff that he went throughout history with the rights movements and the war in the 60s and,
Yes.
all of that.
Yeah.
And that he built this empire, and that it was very cutting edge, right? The content that he was doing.
Yeah.
It was new. It was new. That's why it did so well, because people were starved. It was the 50s. They were all being sexually suppressed.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there was a study that came out, and this really sparked him to people need to know this. There was a big study done on people's sex lives in the 50s. Okay.
Yeah.
When it was you don't. You get married out of high school or
Absolutely.
college, and you have the
Leave it
kids.
to Beaver.
This whole
Yeah.
and a study was done on the amount of affairs or promiscuous experience or same gender experiences that people weren't talking about. But when the statistics came out, it's we all do this, we all want this, and we are being suppressed.
Yeah.
So this was a huge part. I mean, he was passionate about changing the narrative.
Yeah.
So thank you for letting me throw that in there.
That's no problem. So what I went what I did is I thought, so I interviewed, men and women about affairs that they had, and I also took it a step further because my sister at that time was furious with me because her husband had an affair on her and she left him.
Can I ask you a question? Because I think this is really interesting.
Yes.
Now, if your partner was to have an affair on you, okay, where is your anger directed? Do you have anger towards the other woman? Because this is what you see a lot with women fighting each other, when really it's not it's the partner, it's the man.
Well, I'm
right?
sorry, but in my case, my partner did, and it was the asshole man, and I became good friends with the woman
Beautiful.
that he had an affair with.
This is my mom's car. Hey,
the green one?
yeah, her dog Daisy's in there.
Oh, you're kidding.
We're gonna interview Daisy for a minute.
Yeah,
there, folks, too.
Anyway, it's I just want to find it.
Okay, but your sister was mad.
Yeah, my sister was furious at me for having an affair with the married man, and so I thought, you know what?
So
I'm going
that's
to-
misdirected anger, right?
I know, but before we go on further, let me just explain this to you. So I ended up thinking, okay, I'm going to take.
We're taking a tour in the parking lot.
Yeah,
right
we
now,
are.
guys.
I'm going to take her anger. And
Only the best parking spot for this queen.
I'm looking for the parking angel. Anyway, so what I decided to do was interview her on her thoughts surrounding having had an affair, her husband having had an affair.
Of course.
So then that started up a new part of the book. I don't like my hair here. Let me
It's such an interesting subject,
Anyway, so I had to interview her, and then I interviewed other people who had their spouses had an affair.
Mm-hmm.
So I have these fantastic interviews, and also interviewing people and finding out why they have an affairs. I'm not going to tell you the story on this interview, But it is so. It was
Okay,
an eye opener.
one
for
more
me.
question,
Yeah.
because this was something that's come up in my life, and it's come probably in yours too. You experienced this, where let's say, you know, I'm a very attractive woman, so
Yes.
are you, Carol. I'm sure you've had husbands and boyfriends come on to you.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Because we are that other woman.
Yes.
Men want us, you
Yes.
know, we're
Yes.
like, we're worth that.
Yes.
So we have that come up. But we're all, I mean, me personally, I'm very socially skilled, so it's never been an issue.
Yes.
Right? And I never felt inclined. I was always able to navigate it, but I never felt inclined to tell that person's partner, because that's not my place.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
not my place, okay? That's their stuff.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
And I spoke this to a friend once, and he strongly disagreed that if his partner was, messing around, even messing around, if anything like that, and his friend didn't tell him, or his sibling didn't tell him, whatever, that is a breach of loyalty. And I was like, no, it's not. I mean, it's not.
I think your loyalty is to yourself.
Yeah.
Yourself.
And it's not my place to navigate and dabble in other people's relationships.
You know what? One thing that really has astounded me is how people don't know when their partner is having an affair.
But people do. I mean,
if
they
you
do
are
know.
aware, if you are really connected, the signs
I mean,
are
the
all there.
relationship is not working if you are hiding that, you
Yes,
know? I just watched a
exactly.
really cool TED Talk about this guy who worked for the CIA for years, and he actually taught people how to do remote viewing and build their psychic abilities, okay? And he's talking about how to build this stuff, and he taught agents to do it. It's really profound. And he talks about, just so you know, for those of you having an affair, the more you try to hide something, okay, in the astral realms and that, the more it stands out. In the psychic realm, the more you try to hide something, the more it stands out. For anybody having an affair, you know, it got a real laugh. But the relationship is already in the toilet, and I have nothing to do, not in the toilet, but I have nothing to do with that. I can't save it if there's like such deception.
Or the same thing too, like I was on online dating, and then you meet the guys, you want to have a telephone conversation or whatever, or they want to meet you. Well, they don't want to meet you. They don't want to meet you on a weekend. Let's do it then. Or you find, and you know, it's just like, no, I think that you're involved with someone. You're either in a relationship, you're hiding something, because you should have freedom at all times if you're trying to find some love in your life, right?
I've gone through this in my younger years. I mean, if I didn't know your personal life, I didn't know. I mean, I don't know. You don't talk about your like. I'm unattached. I have, had relations with committed people. Right? They're in relationships.
Yes.
And I have some exciting stories too.
Yeah.
Moving past that.
I'll be interviewing you.
Yeah, moving past that. I mean, if I knew your partner, if I met your partner, I mean, you're off the mark, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll still flirt all day, all night.
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean.
Yeah, I know.
Anyways, any closing statements?
Um,
When will your book be coming out? What's the target?
I don't have a target yet. Well, actually, you know what? Over the next 4 months, I want to intensely work on this book. How's my new look? So I don't know. I want to talk to him about the publishing, the time frame, the turnaround. Everything right now is happening at a very rapid rate. So I'm hoping within the next 5 months it'll be out there.
One more thing
sooner.
before we finish up. Are you looking for anybody to do the narrative for an audiobook? I'm available.
I think you have a great voice. I would consider. Yeah, I would.
I do accents.
Oh,
If you like accents, I do all the accents. Okay, I can do little kid voices. I can do. Well, I mean, I don't want to.
Because you know what? I also have a children's book. It's called Horkle the Snorkel.
Horkle's the Snorkel?
Horkle the Snorkel, and it's about a Roddy dog.
Saying Roddy dog and Horkle the Snorkel, I am into it.
Imagine.
I'm going to go home and practice that instead of New York, whatever, the twisters. I'm going to go home.
I'll tell you how
Norkle the Snorkel.
Horkle the Snorkel. I came to about that name is because I had a Roddy. My dog was a beautiful Roddy, and she used to snorkel and horkle around, so I called her Horkle the Snorkel. Then I wrote a book about her.
Don't give away your whole book, okay?
No, I'm not going to.
Now, we gave you a little taste. You're going to have to wait for the books to come out now, okay? 4 months. We know you want it. I'm excited. Carol, thank you so much for your time. This was an absolute pleasure.
It's been a pleasure always.
Till next time, guys.